What you are seeing here is the transformation of this simple, plain Moleskine daily journaler, the page-a-day journaler, and how I make them unique every year.
Hey, I'm Lisa Sonora, an artist and author, and I teach visual journaling as a way to help you overcome that inner critic that might be holding you back from making meaningful art. And today I'm going to show you a very quick and simple way that you can make a little bit of art every day using a plain blank agenda.
A fresh new year, full of possibilities. I'm so excited. Now, I don't use these as an agenda. I don't use them for to-do lists. I just wanted to show you the blank slate. There's lots of space in the front. What I love about this is there's a month at a glance calendar for all 12 months. There's also this very handy year at a glance for the current year on the left and the next year on the right. As you can see, I like a particular sort of color palette that I stick with for some reason. Can't explain why. This is what artists do. And they're each unique, but they all kind of harmonize together. And I like the way they look on my bookshelf back. I actually think I might add a date on the spine, but I'm not sure how I want to do that yet. Anyway, so they all have something in common and then different. I put the year on the front using my own hand-drawn typography, or like you see here, or I'll stamp them on different sorts of paper that I'll work with this palette. And then on the back, I always put my name. And I don't know why I draw these little clouds on things. It's almost like a logo or my personal emoji, if you will, that kind of goes on everything. Let me just open one up and show you what these look like inside. And what I mean by I don't use them as a agenda. I do customize the interior of each one differently every year. So these are some of my business cards from 2018, selfie. I always note my travels. I use these to take a lot of notes of conversations I'm having with friends, books I'm reading. This was Thanksgiving that year, sketched at the table. I'm always drawing and painting my dogs. These are lots of conversations with friends. Macchiato, one of my rescue dogs. And, you know, these are really my notes to self. So I'm not going to show you the whole year because it is a diary, but revelations, reminders, things I want to remember. And as I mentioned, travel. Which, okay, this was 2018. Yes, I was still traveling a lot at that time. I always like to make a list of what's in my carry-on bag for that trip. So this is 18 days and a half full carry-on. I try to only pack halfway so that I can bring things home. I'm usually bringing home books or art supplies or all of the above. As an artist, as a writer, as a visual journaler, if you will, if you think of these like visual journals. My style and approach is somewhat abstract, and so really my pages only have meaning to me. So that's what you're seeing here. This is like my interpretation of something that was going on, and my trip from Mexico to New York to Athens. Then when I was in Athens, I like to just document highlights of a trip. Encounters I have with people. This gentleman was a restaurateur that I met, and these are the things he said. Just really inspired me. I do a lot of art out of my own photos that I take of people and turn them into street art or stencil art. So that's what these are. My paintings and sketches. I actually bought art supplies once I landed on the island. Here's another photo I turned into a stencil, and then things that it was a writing retreat, so that's what my writing teacher was saying. Books we discussed. I actually went online, found the book cover, and printed it out. I know that is a bit obsessive, but that's how I roll. I will print out my photos and stick them in here sometimes. So that is just a quick tour of what I do in these books. Take notes, recipes, conversations with friends. They're all completely different. Quotes from artists that I like. Something I always have to do is sketch people I'm with and then put my travels, where I'm traveling from, the airport codes. A lot of times I even glue in my airplane stickers. Let's see, here's some. Again, abstract, as I mentioned. But I'm wondering if you use an agenda like this, not for its intended purpose, not for to-do lists or appointments, but rather, I think of this instead of a to-do list, it's like a ta-da list. That these are moments of life that I want to capture as an artist. I'm always experimenting with art materials. I use the front pages really to collage in and play with. Notes to myself. All my ideas from artwork come out of these sketchbooks I keep. I keep lots of different types of sketchbook, but this daily diary, even though the paper isn't really suitable for art, you can see I'm not letting that stop me. If you're curious how visual journaling can help you make more meaningful art, then I'd love to send you my free illustrated visual journal guidebook. Check out the description below to get yours now. If you have any questions about my process or materials, feel free to leave a comment. I love making these every year, and I appreciate you watching. I hope you leave with some inspiration for your own agenda.